Gender equality is one of the big challenges in India. Female labor force participation is under 30%. And there's a very high rate of sex-selective abortion. So the number of boys born every year is much higher than the number of girls. We joined up with Breakthrough, a nonprofit that works on human rights, to try to think, can we try to get to the root of the problem and change people's attitudes, make them think it's okay for women to be working. We did this as a randomized evaluation working out of JPAL's South Asia office, where we worked in a sample of 314 government secondary schools, and we randomly chose 150 to be treatment schools, where Breakthrough, every 3 weeks for 2 school years, led a discussion where kids thought about gender gaps in society. Why do they exist? Are they fair? To make people realize the severity of gender inequality. One of the questions we asked in our baseline survey was, do you think women's most important role in society is to be a homemaker? 56% of girls and 77% of boys agreed with that. And afterwards, we see a 0.25 standard deviation effect size. Another way of thinking about that effect is that if you think of all the views people hold where they're not supporting gender equality at the beginning, how many of those people or those views get converted to support gender equality? And it's 14%. That's a big dent in the problem. We looked at behaviors that we think are moderated by people's gender attitudes. So do boys start doing chores at home, for example? And we see bigger effects on behavior for boys than for girls. We speculate it's because, it's one thing to change attitudes, and both boys and girls' attitudes improved, but boys probably have more freedom in society to act on those attitudes. So this really highlighted for us how important it is to involve not just girls, but also boys in these programs. The next step is to try this out with government teachers and see if it can be brought to scale and really change not just the kids in 150 treatment schools, but broadly for kids in school in North India.